As we have seen, the Bernoulli distribution is a binary distribution that allows only two states, 0 or 1. The risk either occurs or does not occur. Let's look at the following example. We have a risk of damage to the ecosystem. This is a risk that either exists or does not exist. It materializes or does not materialize. In this case, it is a transversal risk, meaning it is a risk that can affect a variety of tasks, or rather, it is not associated with a particular task. This risk will then be quantified in terms of its frequency using a Bernoulli distribution. We will assign a parameter of 0.25, meaning that there's a 25% chance that in 1 out of every 4 possible cases, the risk will materialize. And if it does materialize, it will have no impact on the duration of any task, as it is not even associated with the task in this particular case. However, it does have a cost. Let's assume that the cost of this risk is a minimum of 1,000, with a most likely value of 2,000 and a maximum value of $5,000. With these two variables, we can then outline a specific case of ecosystem damage as a binary risk. Other types of risks that fall within this category could be, for example, patents or permit concessions, where the risk either occurs or does not occur. In this case, we model it with a Bernoulli distribution, which could be viewed in the cloud application as follows. It is a risk of ecosystem damage with a description stating that it is a general risk not associated with a particular task. It is a risk that will be categorized in some way using a Bernoulli distribution with a probability of 0.25. We can then see in the graph that the frequency distribution is divided into two. There will be a 75% probability that the risk does not materialize, that is 0, and a 25% probability that the risk will materialize, it is 1. On the other hand, in terms of cost, we could use a PERT distribution with a minimum value of 1,000, a most probable value of 2,000, and a maximum value of 5,000. The risk application has the ability to combine both the frequency component using the Bernoulli distribution and the impact or severity component using the PERT distribution. This way, it creates a convoluted distribution of how this risk would appear once we run it within the simulation.